So what makes Tom Hardy so attractive facially? Welcome back to LookLogix, everyone. Today I'm going to assess Tom Hardy's facial attractiveness, his harmony, with faceiqlabs.com. So I've marked his front and side profiles. We'll start with the front and go through all his harmony measurements with these useful visual guides as well, and talk about his key strengths, his key weaknesses, and what makes his face so attractive. And then by the end of the video, we'll have a scale on 0 to 10, what he gets, his actual objective measurement. So really quickly, before we go in through the video, put a comment down below what you think on a scale of 0 to 10 Tom Hardy will get for his facial attractiveness, for his harmony. This isn't really including things like his height, his voice, his status, things like that, or his style. Just his facial harmony, his hairline, his bone structure, his eye color, his health indicators, his skin tone, things like that. Neck width, all that. And this is what this app is for. It's really useful for this. So put a comment in if you want. And I'm curious to see, because I think you will be surprised when we check out his total score. So let's start with the front ratios. His lowest score is a 1.82 out of 10, which is really, I mean, that's rough. That's really rough. It's his mouth width to nose width ratio is pretty off. It's not that bad, but really its measurement by itself is only a 1.82 out of 10. Then his eye separation ratio is a 6.05, so only slightly out of the ideal range. And then top third is a 6.2. It's a little large. That's kind of similar to mine. I have a slightly larger top third, but not as a wide top forehead or head in general. It's not as wide as his, but you can see how his kind of arches out with his temples protruding more on the sides. Then we get into his near ideals, and then the rest are 10s, which is really amazing. This is what's going to contribute to his final score, and you'll see. His mouth corner position, 7.78 out of 10, pretty good. Ipsilateral alar angle, which is this 90 degree angle for his eyes, is pretty good. Overall, it's, yeah, pretty good. This is a common one. This is 10 out of 10. Normally, it's out of the range for a lot of people. And as an actor, I mean, he's actually has a really attractive, really good face. And this picture is actually really good too. He's a little bit younger in this, and his skin looks really good. Moving on, his nose tip position, 10 out of 10. That's great. Cheekbone height, he has nice high set cheekbones, and then he has a pretty thick neck. By the way, guys, if you want to use this app for yourself, faceiq Labs, I have a 20% off coupon, the code LookLogix. I'll put a link in the description in the pinned comment if you want to check it out. It's really useful. I personally use this app a lot, as you can see from my channel. It's continuing to be developed, and there's this new Your Plan and Potential page, which we'll go over at the end of this video, which is really cool. So you'll be able to see Tom Hardy's full potential and all the different procedures and things, not just surgical and hard max as they call it, actually some natural things that he can do as well to implement. So if you're watching this video, we have some recommendations that you can do. Anyways, let's move on to his side ratios. So this is the picture I found. It's actually a great picture for a side ratio. He has a pretty neutral expression. It's not really distorted. He does have the facial hair, which is slightly harder to pinpoint his chin, but overall it's pretty good. So he does have quite a few out of the ideal range on his side profile, but we'll go over them. 0.49, basically a 0.5 out of 10, and then a 0.69 out of 10, and then a 1.14 out of 10 are his three major out of the line, and it's his lip positions, and you can see what's going on there. It's definitely out of the ideal range. His bottom lip is pretty recessed right here. It's his lower lip S-line position, and then his hold away H-line, and then his lower lip E-line position. So these are all the objective harmony measurements. His facial convexity, his nasion, is 2.3 out of 10, which is pretty unideal. It's pretty rough. His nasal labial angle is a 3.51 out of 10. That's also pretty rough. Overall, though, his orbital vector is a nice neutral orbital vector, which is his eye area right here. And then his ramus to mandible ratio is a nice 10 out of 10. Is a nice long ramus, slightly angled, but overall that's pretty good, especially if he leaned his face out, maybe lost a little bit of subcutaneous and visceral fat around his neck area. Not saying that you have to have like fat removal around this area. However, you could do a few things. If you want to do that, you could, but it's really just leaning down. And if he optimizes health indicators by changing his nutrition, his diet to a raw carnivore, which is the optimal human diet, then that would definitely change his face even more. Overall, he's pretty well developed face though. So yeah, this is the side and front ratios. So let's see what score Tom Hardy gets. All right, Tom Hardy gets a 7.73 out of 10, top 0.2%, about 1 in 463 people. He has exceptional harmony. His front profile gets an 8.05, which is the top 0.05. And then his side view gets a 7.18 out of 10, which is the top 2%. It's incredible, actually, how far he is on this scale, especially with his bone development is his main carrier with this. And you can see his rating right here. And then his potential, I mean, it's insane. His potential is the top 0.000133%, better than 100% of people, basically. This is his potential plan, and you'll see this, but we're going to go over his key strengths first, and then his areas of improvement. Finally, we'll do the plan and potential. So ideal ramus length, ideal jaw width, yeah, a lot of his bone structure, harmonious facial convexity for sure, well-positioned cheekbones, definitely. I mean, honestly, Tom Hardy isn't the most attractive actor in the current area right now, but his facial harmony is really excellent. Additional strengths, he also has 9.92 for that. Good forehead slope, definitely. If you look at his side profile, that's definitely a great slope compared to other things like a bulging, rounded. His key strengths, though, or his areas of improvement, are his close-set eyes. He has a wide nose, a narrow mouth, an overly protruded lower lip, which you saw earlier, for sure. Round neck region, an over-projected nose, and some others that you can pause the video if you'd like to check them out. But finally, we'll go to his plan and potential, and his target can be a 9.3 out of 10, maybe even higher, maybe a little lower. Here are his estimated costs with his procedures and different things that he can change. This isn't including the diet, but this is pretty useful. Here are the plans that you can do. Like the first one, which is a major bump up in points, all the way to a 8.12, is his cheekbone reduction surgery. So this is a surgical procedure, and that's why you have to agree. Like, this is just a important disclaimer. These are just suggestions, and then faceiq is not responsible, etc. Reduces prominent cheekbones by shaving or repositioning bone for softer contours. So if you're actually up for this, Tom, then you could do things like this. You have minimally invasive as well, like palatal expansion, facial liposuction. Lip filler is there's some other things like, okay, braces, aligners, align teeth for better symmetry. You can do some of that naturally. Overall, some pretty good stuff. Only 10 actions and he would be to his max. This is pretty impressive. Rhinoplasty, basically his nose. Overall, it's really good, and Tom has a great face already at 7.73. So there you go, guys. This is what makes Tom Hardy so attractive facially. Once again, if you'd like to try that for yourself, you get to see all this, your whole score. It'll give you a layout, and there's even more to come. It'll even give you morphs to see what the surgeries and procedures would look like after that. It'll have many other things for you to check out. It'll give you options, and you get basically credits so you can rate other faces if you want. Not just your own, maybe your family or whatever. And then your front side ratios, it'll give you these visual measurements. All you have to do is map your face. I think it's a really useful app. So if you want to try it out, I have 20% off with the code LookLogix in the description in the pinned comment. And yeah, that's about it. If you want me to rate anyone else, then just put a comment in the description or put a comment in this video and I'll check it out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.